Good afternoon. I'm Mark, the Clues Luthier. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to continue with my first ever neck build. The last time I did the scarf joint, and I learned something interesting, and I don't know, there are two ways I could have done this. Next time I may do a different way. I don't know if this will show up. How I turned this around and I brought this on the bottom. I also could have put it on the top. One thing I think is interesting about that is that when I put a carbon fiber rod, it would have gone through it, I think. Yeah, and it would have made it, given us some strength. I don't know, I'm gonna think about that. Either way is valid, and I guess I have a Taylor guitar, and they did it this way, I double checked. I don't know. But anyway, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the excess, and that will be used to do the heel eventually. And I'm going to put in the groove for the truss rod, and I have two carbon fiber rods I'm going to put in. So let me show you how I line this up. All right, I did this. What I did is I measured out, this is where, okay, right here is where the nut would be. So that's the thickness of the nut. And I'm going from that break angle right there. After that, I had to measure 14 frets of my fretboard, because that is where it meets the body, because this is a 14 fret guitar. I don't have a fancy, I should get one day. Ruler for that. They make them. So I just use my fretboard, basically. And I lined up, this is actually where the nut, this will be cut off here. Lined that up here, and that brought my 14th fret right, let me make sure I got that right there. And then adding 5/8 of an inch, this will be for my tenon. So basically, I'm going to cut this off right there. I might leave a little extra because I can always take it off, but we'll see. So let me get set up for that. All right, it occurred to me there was really no need to show you that. I just took my chop saw and took it off right there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I've got this center line drawn. I did a lot of measurements. I also worked on this to make sure that these two dimensions are as close as the same as I can make them, they're very parallel. And this center line, I'm going to start from this point where I marked, and I'm going to only route to that point. I'm not going to go any further in this direction, but all the way through here. And to do that, I just purchased this little Dremel, I would say router table. And so I'm going to use my Dremel to do this. So let me switch over. So this is the table I bought. I have a 1/4 inch straight cut bit. The only thing I'm a little disappointed in is the lowest I can get this to cut is like 3/16. I would have been happier if it would drop down further, but at least with this bit, and it's not that long, that's as low as I can get it, but it seems to cut okay. So what I'm going to do is this plugged in? Yes. I'm going to run a sample piece through and then compare it. All right. That looks really good. Make sure I use the right edge. Boy, that looks good. Okay, Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start a little bit of this and just to double check. One moment. Ah, there it is. This off for a second. I'll make sure is that if I do it this way, 30 seconds. And cut in very fast. I don't know. That looks like 1/64 different. I don't know if I can get closer than that or not. No, 23/64. 1 and 20. Well, it's briefly 1 and 23/64. That's within tolerance. So I think we're going to go for it. Now what I did is I took this line and I copied it around to this side because I don't want to go any further. Well, sorry. I'm going to go in this direction. Then right there. I might even stop short to just double check it. We'll see. But let's do that. Okay, pretty good. Tight fit, real nice tight fit. Oh, look at that. Dang. Didn't know better, you'd think I knew what I was doing. Okay, I'm just gonna lower the depth or raise this up a little bit and make another pass. Okay, that is extremely close, but that is still sticking up just barely, so one more small pass and that'll do it. Okay, that looks pretty darn good. I'm gonna double check it. I might clean it up a little bit with the file. I don't want to go too deep. Don't know. Boy, maybe just a tad. I can just barely feel. Not there though. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna try to clean it up by hand. We'll see. Okay, I've switched out the 1/4 inch bit for a 3/16 inch bit. I was able to get this lower. This adjustment is really hard to turn. And I thought it was at the bottom. I guess I was able to squeeze out a little bit more. So I'm doing a fairly shallow cut here. And once again, I'm going to start out on a sample piece. And let's see. I'm going for a minimum of an 1/8 inch. This is for the truss rod. And Boy, that looks pretty darn good. Okay, so I'm going to do a little test cut on this. I haven't put lines in for this. Got to go through there. And on this, I'm going to go all the way through. So it'll help this part of, this is the weakest part, that as well. It's a nice shallow cut. Still looking pretty good. Wonder if I can go. Let's try this. All right, so I have these slots cut. I checked them. I used a file to clean them up a little bit. There were some spots that are a little tight. This is a really snug fit. I tapped them all in. It looks really good. So I still have to, I'm gonna cut this off. I decided I am gonna run these all the way out because that comes out to the width of this tenon. And since I've already removed the wood, I mean, it gives it just more strength. So I'm going to do that. And let's see. I think I've seen them epoxied in before. I'm not sure that I need to. I'm not sure there's room for the epoxy. It's so tight. So what I might do is get them all cut and then drop in just a little bit of thin CA glue to seal it and call it good. All right, I'm going to take this right there. And where is the head? See how this works. All right, now I just have to try to cut these off. I really don't think this is probably necessary, but I also can't see any harm. All right. Nice and flush. I might touch it up again later after this is all dried, but yeah, that went pretty smoothly. Well, I think this is a good place to end the video. Besides, I'm going to have to pick my wife up at work soon, so it is time. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm nervous about this whole neck process, to be quite honest with you, but yeah, went pretty smoothly. So thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. If you made it through to the end especially. And hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.